Come fly with me. Come fly with Frank the Pilot around the world. Part 2. Part 1 ended spending a few days in Brussels. We ate sweet sugary Belgian waffles and started up the Boeing and flew to Dubai. Dubai is a Middle Eastern city in the United Arab Emirates. It's located on the Persian Gulf and adjacent to the Arabian Desert. We ventured down to the fish market early in the morning before the extreme hot temperatures peaked. This fish market has been going on for centuries. Afterwards, we walked to the gold souk, where there are over 200 retailers that trade in jewelry. A women's dream place. The most gold I've ever seen in my whole life. Their currency is called the dirham. This is not the place where you check out the women. The women wore long black robes and headscarves that covered their neck and part of their face and head. Most women, their faces were completely covered, only exposing their eyes. In this part of the world, religion has laws outlining ways in which women live their lives on a day-to-day basis. We also heard the call to prayer horn, alerting people that it was one of the 5 times a day that they had to turn to Mecca and pray to Allah. I observed a man with his left hand cut off, and after an inquiry, I had learned the man had been found guilty of stealing with that hand. The locals also explained that they still occasionally have hangings on the 3rd Thursday of the month. This was definitely a new, strange culture, and to me it seemed archaic, like something out of the Bible's Old Testament. Even the mosque and buildings looked thousands of years old, like from old Bible times. After consuming deliciously cooked kebabs on pita bread, we returned back to the hotel for a swim. The outdoor temperatures rise so high in Dubai that it's the only place that I'm aware of where they pump cold water into the lap swimming pool to maintain a comfortable water temperature. The time I spent in Dubai was a great cultural experience, but I'm not sure I would want to go back to Dubai. We left and flew from Dubai to Hong Kong, and we executed the famous Hong Kong checkerboard approach. I remember being totally amazed, overwhelmed, and in awe. The Hong Kong checkerboard approach is the sensation that you're flying into a mountain in order to see a runway. And I have a vlog coming out, the Hong Kong checkerboard approach. Watch that. We are now halfway around the world. Hong Kong is 13 hours ahead of New York City's time zone. Hong Kong is a bustling Asian city with a touch of an English Western influence. I felt Hong Kong wanted to be like New York City. The currency is the Hong Kong dollar, and it was pegged to the US dollar. At that time, Hong Kong was one of the best places in the world for shopping, particularly electronics. I bought at a great price on a large Delsey suitcase and a Seiko watch. In Hong Kong, there were always loads of people on the streets. And it wasn't uncommon to see families with small children walking the streets late at night. It wasn't uncommon for 2 or 3 families to share one apartment. And to think I had it tough. I had to share a bedroom with my brother while I was growing up. Hong Kong was fun, and after eating and shopping, we always ended up at Ned Kelly's Last Stand, one of Hong Kong's oldest pubs. And this is where I learned the international language. This establishment served Australian Foster's beer on the tap, and the live band always closed with that famous Frank Sinatra song, New York, New York. All humans, white or yellow, man or woman, native or foreign, joined together and danced and sang that blockbuster song. We closed that pub with New York, New York. I wanted to stay forever, but I am a pilot and I had to aviate to Japan. Hong Kong became one of my favorite international layover cities. This is the end of part 2 of a 3-part series. Come fly with me next Wednesday for part 3. In the meantime, enjoy the day if not the night.